Well, good morning. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. We're doing a basic introduction to Church360 Unite. My name is Stephen Jenkins, and I am a software consultant here at Concordia Technology Solutions. You can see my contact information here on the screen. Been with the company almost 5 years now, and I am one of the software consultants here in charge of covering and selling our church management software. And I am blessed to be joined today by Ken Ullemeyer. He is a senior manager here in the marketing department of Concordia Publishing House. I'll let Ken introduce himself in detail a little later on. Before we get started, we're going to cover a little bit of housekeeping here. Out of the 60 minutes we have for this presentation, 50 of them will go towards our presentation, and we'll reserve 10 minutes for questions and answers later on. Now, throughout the webinar, if you have a question, don't wait until the end. Go ahead and type that question in the chat box. That way we'll have all of them listed and we'll cover them at the end. And if you happen to leave for a second, no worries. We're going to record this webinar, and everyone attending today will receive an email with a link that will take you into the video. Now, about Concordia Technology Solutions, we are the church administration division of Concordia Publishing House, and we've actually been developing software for churches since 1984. Now, today's webinar is on Church360 Unite, and that's actually one of the 3 total products in the Church360 suite. We also have Church360 Members, which is the church administrative portion of the suite, where you can list all of your prospects and your members, their contact information, do things like take care of your calendar of events and record attendance. It does a lot. So that's another subject for a different day. But the final piece in the Church360 suite is the financial piece. It's called Church360 Ledger. So imagine any of those financial software options out there that are made for businesses. Ours is made for churches, which churches use double entry fund-based accounting. So that's what's covered in Ledger. Now, about Church360 Unite, it is your church website builder. Okay, it is not just your website though. We also have a blogging component in the software. You also have your member hub where you can list all of your members and their contact information. Also, you can do file sharing within the software, and Ken will talk a little bit about that later on. You can also upload your calendar of events so people can stay in tune with what's going on there at church, and you can communicate with individuals via email in the software. Now, with Church360 Unite, one of the key features that's really cool is all of the themes are mobile responsive. So it doesn't matter what screen or what device you're using, whether it's your smartphone, tablet, or a desktop or a laptop computer, you will be able to see everything on the screen because it adjusts. Now, the software does sync with our church management software, either Church360 Members, or if you have our PC-based software, Shepherd Staff, the information like your calendar and your individual's contact information will sync with that software as well. Now, we do offer custom domain name hosting, and also you can have custom email addresses. We do offer that with the software, and support and training are included within the software, and it is unlimited. Now, for today's webinar, we have come up with a couple of assumptions. We first assume that you are somewhat familiar with church websites. Maybe you have one and you're looking for a product that's more suitable for your church. And we've also assumed that you are somewhat new to Church360 Unite, whether you are taking a look at a trial right now or you're just looking at options and want to see what we have to offer. And we also assume that you're extremely busy, and we definitely respect your time, and we thank you so much for spending an hour out of your morning with us. But rather than go with those assumptions, I want to give you the opportunity to tell me about yourself. So I'm going to launch a couple of questions here. And the first one I'll bring up is please select the option which most closely describes your role here at church. So let me launch that. Now, give you a couple of seconds to answer. Want to get a feel for who is joining us today. All right, looks like we have some admins here. A couple more seconds. All right, thank you for that. So let's go to question number 2, and that is, are you currently using Church360 Unite in your congregation? So let me launch that. Please answer that question, yes or no, but you're planning to subscribe soon. Okay, we have a newbie. All right, excellent. Very exciting. We have individuals not using it right now, so very excited to show you the software. And the last question is, would you consider Church360 Unite, what would you consider your skill level to be? So let me launch that. Tell us if you're a newbie, novice, intermediate, advanced, or expert. All right, a couple more seconds here. All right, newbies and novices, excellent. So you're definitely going to take away a lot here. So thank you so much for that. So let's move on to today's outline. We're first going to do and conduct an overview of the tools of Church360 Unite, and then we'll give a couple practical examples to show you how you would use the software. And then we'll wrap up with questions and answers. And so in the introduction of our webinar today, we'll cover themes and styles, pages and feeds, calendars, and the events in your calendar. We'll cover users and member-only tools, and directory, groups, and mailing lists. So I'm going to take this time to switch things over to Ken. So let me switch that here.
Thank you, Stephen. We'll wait and we'll switch over the screens. Well, good morning, everybody. And thank you so much. Let me just switch over to my screen here. Make sure that I'm sharing that correctly. Show screen. I'm going to do it one more time. Hey, Stephen, why don't you see if you can make me the presenter too?
All right. Okay, Ken, I did switch it over to you. Are you not able to?
Well, let's see what everybody's, oh, good. Okay, everybody's seeing my screen. Great, thank you very much. As Stephen said, thank you guys for taking the time out today on this. This is just a very busy time of the year with Easter just finished. We've got Ascension we're looking forward to. If you have a school or kids in school, you're worried about graduation. So we appreciate you taking the time to join us today. As Stephen mentioned, my name is Ken Olemeyer. I'm one of the senior marketing managers here at Concordia Publishing House. And yeah, it's funny, Stephen's been doing this for about 5 years. I've been doing this for just a couple of years now. And I'm loving the fact that we've got a lot of people that are novices and newbies at this, because that's one of the reasons I'm excited to be able to share the software with you, because I'm still relatively new in using this software. And that's what's great. I can show you how easy it is to start building a website that you don't even have to know coding or anything like that. You'll get a really sharp looking, professionally designed website for you. So one of the things I do in my job is I go out and I talk to pastors and I talk to teachers, I talk to administrators and other people involved in the church. So people just like you, different roles, different responsibilities. And how do I go about finding these people? Well, I do go and I look at the roster and I look at the annual, but I tell you what, I always go to the websites of the churches. Now, on a church's website can really tell a lot about the personality of the church, the vitality of the church, the activities of the church. So these websites really do reflect on your church. And I love seeing the websites that are as vibrant as the congregations, the ones that share the multi-generational studies, the activities that are going on, or the Bible studies, or devotions, pictures, videos. With Members 360 Unite, you too can have an opportunity to start building a website like that if you haven't already. So today we're going to just take a 30,000-foot view of what this software is able to do and how easy it is to use. So as Stephen said, what are we going to be talking about? We listed kind of the agenda, and we're not going to be able to cover everything in the time that we have here today. We're going to cover a lot of ground. Our recommendation is really just to jump right in and start using this software yourself. You see on the screen, we recently launched a new website for Church360 Unite. It's right there at concordiatechnology.org/Church360/Unite. It's kind of neat. You'll notice just kind of on this website the different things that it shows. We talked about being responsive for different areas, but here's what's great. You've got a free trial button right there. So there's no credit card needed to do a free trial. You're under no commitment or no obligation, and you've got really a full 30 days to check out the software and start designing your church's website. And once you sign up, you'll just see how easy it is to work through this software and be running on the web in no time at all. And during that time, as Stephen mentioned, you've got full access to our support team. You know, we are here to help you. So we want to make this as easy as possible for you. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to switch over now to a website that I've started building and start designing. And for the sake of today's demonstration, I've called this Concordia Church. So welcome to Concordia Church. And when you sign up and you become the administrator of the software, this is the screen that you'll see, the navigational tools. These navigational tools are always at the top here. And let's run through what some of these are. You see pages, you see posts, you see activities, you see users, themes, and settings. So let's take a look at the settings button. When you click into that, this is where you kind of just see everything here. You see your church information, you see the email that will be used for the public to be able to reach you, and you can just designate what email you'd like to see here. You can fill out your church's address, your name, etc. You know, and every time you make changes in any of these type of things, be sure to click Save Changes. It's just a good habit to get into as you're working through things to make sure that you're always saving what you're doing. You can also then get into the calendars where you can create calendars. You see all the different calendars listed there. You'll be able to see which ones you're going to share publicly, which ones would just be a private in groups, and we'll take a deeper look into groups in a little bit as well. Next, you have your domain name, and as Stephen said, if you don't have a domain name, we can help you with that. They're pretty simple to set up. You can do it yourself, but things are listed in here. I've called this concordiachurchstl.org. But you see up there, it's got my Unite one as well. So we can help you with that if you have any questions. Next, click down to Google Analytics. Yeah, this is a free tool from Google to really help you keep track of your website's traffic. There are a number of great metrics that you can set up to kind of see where people are going, to see how long they're staying on your pages, different types of things. You don't need this to get started. It's just something very nice to have there. And if you have any questions, again, contact our support team. They'll be happy to walk you through how to go ahead and do this. And the final thing you see here is integration. You know, the instructions are all included how to integrate your shepherd staff and be able to do that. If you're already a member of Church360 members, it would automatically populate in there. We do different webinars on Church360 members as well. So if you're interested in learning more about that, be looking for one of those and sign up. It really is good, though, to integrate your database into this. And I'll show you some different reasons why on that. Something that I have just noticed here, and this is an add-on from even the last time that I've gotten involved in doing one of these webinars, is linking all your social media accounts. So if you have a Facebook page, if you have a Twitter page, or you do Instagram, YouTube, Vimeo, you're able to now go right online and integrate all those as well. So that's even a new update since last time I did that. So that's great. All right, so let's take a look at how to make your page look good. We provide a number of different themes, and my themes are loading right now. So we've got different themes here, and these are free within your subscription, and they can be switched over anytime you want to switch them over. Now, a couple cautions on that. As you're doing your free trial or you're just starting to build your site, try out some different themes. Take a look at them before you publish live, or if you want to change them out as you go. But try to be consistent. Try to land on a theme that you really like, that reflects well on your church, and really is something you're going to be able to use and be consistent over time. If you think about it, the theme is like the window dressing or the decorations in your house. And we do give you a lot of the different options in here. You want something that's going to reflect well in your church. You see the different ones up here. And then when you click into them, you see, I'm going to click and hold. Okay, now it pops up. And you see how they would look with some different options. We all have these preset options for you. If you click and hold again, what you really do start to see, you'll notice a bunch of tools on it. Let's see if I click into, let's do that one. Okay, so I've got presets there. You see at the bottom of the screen around here, it gives you some direction about it. It will tell you the different pixel sizes and things like that that you'll be able to use. So then when you like one, you just hit apply theme down here, and then it goes right to it. But let's look at the next one on some stylings. You know, if you think about it, the stylings are kind of the blueprint of your site. Yeah, this is where you select your fonts, where you take a look at how that's going to look on your web page. You have options here for different styling sizes, headings 1, 2, 3, some inline styles, and you can customize those type of things. If you want to, you can sit here and go add style and add different font families. We show you how it would look over here, your size, color options, things of that nature. Again, always remember to hit save as you go through with this. You can also customize it further with different color options, and something really great with the colors. How do you go about finding colors? Let's say you have colors that you already have within your palette, your brand guides or your style guides. And I will put in a pitch for using a style guide on this. Style guides are great to allow everyone within your congregation to have a consistent view and a consistent look. But let's say I want to find a color. There are a number of great color sites. One that is my favorite, and I'll click over to it here, is Pantone. And I click into that. And Pantone, it's just pantone.com, and then you find the color finder. It will give you the Pantone numbers or the color numbers for just about any color you can imagine. So if you don't know what your colors are or how they're going to translate onto your screen, this is a great option for you. And you see different things here, the RGB, the hex number, the CYMK. Won't get too deep into that. Maybe one of the webinars we'll do is actually designing a website. But here's a great option for you. Let me get back to the page. In fact, I'm just going to close these two out so I don't accidentally click on those anymore. So let me go back onto this page. And let's say I want to change my option there. You see when I click into one of the colors, it does give me the RGB numbers, it gives me SHB numbers, it gives me the hex numbers. So this is where I can go in and really customize any of those. All right. Last two items, I won't spend too much time on these. These are a little bit more advanced. This provides an option for you to do custom headers or custom scripts. This is where if you have some programming knowledge, you'll be able to do this, or there's some different coding aspects that you want to do, you can do that here. And then again, saving changes. And the final piece here is edit. And the themes that we have are kind of out of the box, but here is where you can copy one of those themes and then really begin to edit it and make it even your own and change it even further. Okay. Now, next thing too on these tabs, notice how easy it is just to get out of here. You say, how do I keep going back and forth? There's just a little X button here, so just click on the X button there and it takes you out. So now let's move over to pages. And before I even do that, I want to highlight something else here too. As an administrator, you always have this button down here. You see the little circle I. This is an information button for you. So if you're looking to figure out how to do something, You can even just type in here, you know, how do I change, yep, I can type, how do I change colors? Hit enter. It will show you some different options on how to change colors, or you can also have the option to always send us a message. You can just, it would be emailed to us, we'd receive it, or there's an 800 number here. Again, even while you're doing the free trial or as you're just starting to get involved, give us a call whenever you have a question and let us know. All right, let me get out of there. That information button is a great thing to do. So let's go to pages. Let's start filling this out and seeing how this works for us. This is where all of your navigation and all of your content live. And really, content is just a fancy way to say the stuff that your members and visitors are interested in learning about you. This is where you really have the great opportunity to share and engage with your audience. Your personality, your tone live here. You provide text and images here. And within this section, you see different things. You see the active menu items. We're going to highlight that. And you see the available menu items. Now, we've got to be careful to not think of these two designations as things that are on my screen or things that are not on my screen or my site. And I'll show you what I mean here. Under your active menu items, you see the different areas here. You see home, you see worship times, you see about us, visit, news, announcements. Well, it's under the news, ministries, sermons, etc. These are your tab buttons. And when I say the tab buttons, let me just click back in here and I'll show you what I mean there. Let me just click back in there. And I go back. I'm back in my overview. So these are the tabs that I have. And this is where then we will start putting pages underneath some of these. So you can see some of them are single tabs. Some of them are multiple items under a tab. So let's go back under pages. And what's great about this too is we can rearrange our navigation very simply. Let's say instead of home, worship times, about us, let's say home, and then we want our visitors. We want to focus on our visitors right off the bat. We just drag and drop to wherever we want that to become on the home page. And I just drug visitors over. Whoop. See, this is another thing good too. It will remind you to save. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to hit Save Changes. My changes have been saved. I go to home. I did save, so I'm going to save it one more time. And then I'm going to go back to home, continue. And you'll see how just by easily moving that navigation around, okay, now visit is right up in front. And this is great, again, depending on how you want to present yourself to the outside world. And you've got complete flexibility in this. We'll provide you the template, but how you then take care of it is up to you. So I'm going to go back to pages. And something else to say in this too. Stephen mentioned that this is mobile friendly. And that is so important in today's digital world, to be able to always have access on our phones, so that when people are trying to find you, they can just look on their phones. You notice we don't go from a sub menu to a sub menu. We can't just, it's just, in a mobile friendly environment, you can't have too many sub menus. So that's why you just see the main tab and then subs underneath that. But we can still work through that in the navigation with the pages, and I'll show you how. Also, some other things here, under our actions for selected pages, you see publish, which makes it live. You see make a draft, which we can keep working on something and publish it later. So even let's say you want to work on a page or multiple pages, you don't have all the information, you may not be ready for it yet, just use it as a draft, and then as soon as you're ready, then you can publish it. Delete, which is just getting rid of something. Public is making it for anyone to see. Private is really making it for select members, and we'll show how you can do that as well. And then duplicate that you can go to. So let's add a page here. You've got two sections here on the right side under available menu items, both of them with plus signs. This is how we add something. So you have add category or you have add page. On this one, let's go to add a page. I'll show you how to do that. Now, under this, you have a number of different options. You have the blank page, you have an RSS feed, you have groups, and then you have some pages that already have some text involved in it. So that just kind of is a good kickstart again, too. So let's just add a page. And I'm going to go a new page. Let's call this Bible study. And click into that. Now I'm going to click into my page, and I'm going to start adding some content into this. So here it comes, blank page. Look to the left, and you see Edit Page. When I click that tab, a screen pulls out that shows me my various layouts. It shows me the status here. It shows me the URL, which is just up at the top there. It shows me my page title. I'm going to say, I'm going to change that already. Weekly Bible Studies. I'm going to hit save. It also shows me the meta description. Oop. I'm going to go back because I did something wrong there. I'm going to go back to my pages. Bear with me. Demo page. I'm going to end up deleting. Let me go back to a page. Bible Studies. Oh, wait. Actually, I've got that as a draft. Okay, so there I'm back to my Bible study. And what I did there was change actually the URL page on it. So I'm going to go back to my edit page and start adding some content in here. The meta description, as I was talking about, this is where, again, you don't have to do this, but this is where if you add some content in here, Google will use that in their search descriptions, and it does help you as far as search engine optimization and other things. So you don't need to worry about that as a start, but it's a great way to really improve your pages over time. So for the sake of time here, I'm going to actually go to a page that I've already done. So let's look at worship times. And I'm going to show you then how to update this. So if you click on this and you get into the box, you see the tab at the top. It's just like word processing here. So you could even take in copy and paste documents that you've got from a Word doc or something like that and format it here. But it's as easy as typing in a Word document. Let's say Sunday morning Bible study. Let me just show you how to type in here. So just click in and I'm going to tab over. So let's say we're studying Genesis. We're starting right off the bat. How it all begins. And I just add our title in there and I just click off of it. If you were to click back in, you see different formatting options, bold, italicized. Yeah, these are all things that anybody in an administrative role, you're already doing this type of stuff. I'm not going to spend too much time on how to format this, but just to show you that it's so easy to be able to do it. It really is kind of a what you see is what you get type of thing. So then we just need to update it. So I'm going to hit save. And there it is. I'm going to get out of my edit page. So there it is, my worship times right there. Now, let's say I want to add a picture into here. So let's go back into my edit page. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to add a picture into something. And again, instead of doing this, let me go into something that I've already been working on into our children's ministry. And we're going to add some things. We've just started to promote our VBS in our children's ministry box. So I want to add a couple more pictures into this. So again, I go back to edit page. And this one I've done as a 2-column layout. And again, this will show you the different layouts you can do. You can just do a full page, 2 columns with a thinner page or column to the left. There's a 3-column there, different ones, and 3 columns and a header. So I'm just going to keep into this. And if you click through any of those, it will change your layout and you can kind of see what's going to work best for you. But let's do a couple different things. So, okay, let's change that layout. So I'm changing it like that. Now, let's say I want to add another picture under here. So I click into this. And I'm going to add one actually on this side. So you see, I just clicked down, and I'm going to now go up here, and I'm just going to say Insert Picture. So I see my Insert Picture button there. I've uploaded a couple different pictures here. This is where you would upload a picture. So let's do that real quick and just show, I want to show the kids playing. So that's going to upload for me. And being able to add pictures onto your website is so important. I mean, we're all visual people. We love to see the activities. So really try to use pictures within your website. That really draws people in and engages them. Plus, it like I said earlier, if you can show the intergenerational mix, that really does something as well. Okay, so my picture is just about loaded in. All right, now all I have to do is click on it, and it puts it in there. And actually, this is great. This came in under my right page, or the right size as well. But let's say I'm adding some, let's say I want to change the size of this. And sometimes when you insert a picture, it just goes kind of crazy. So let me show you how to take care of that. You go to the advanced side. Yep, I'm going to select my image. I'm going to go to advanced. Well, it came in already. But let's say I'm going to add one more. Let's do it, this one. And that comes in perfectly. This is a great demo today. Everything's working great for me, but let me give you a hint. If you're inserting a picture, sometimes you insert them in, and it'll just look crazy. It doesn't fit your format or anything like that. Maybe if I go over here, no, that's still good too. It doesn't fit your format or anything like that. All you have to do is click in with your image, and you see advanced, and you see what I did here. I put 100% and 100% in width and height. If you do that, this is just a great little trick. It will automatically fit your column and your height restrictions. So that's just an easy way to take care of something. It provides sizes for the columns. And some of this is trial and error. You'll get used to how, when you insert a picture, how that's going to be and how it's going to work for you. So again, this was great that it just kind of added in. But now, when I hit save, you're going to see I've started to add some pictures into here, and it's just a lot more interesting than just having just the plain type. Let's go back to Pages and get out of that. And remember, when we were adding pages, I mentioned there are a couple different options for you here. There are feeds and there are groups. The feed, I want to show you just a neat example of what you can do with both of these. The feeds is what they call really simple syndication, and it's just an easy way to keep adding materials. And if your members have subscribed to those pages that are able to add materials like that, they'll get updates on it. So let's take a look at an example that I've already done, which is announcements. I'm going to go to my announcements page, my active menu items. I'm going to click into it. It's going to kick me over to announcements, and it shows you some of the ones that we were doing during Easter. So we were adding Maundy, Thursday, Good Friday worship, and take a look at that. If I click on Edit Page here, it pops up a new post for me. And again, it gives me that what you see is what you get. So my new post, I'm going to say Ascension Services. Whoop. I hit something there. Actually, I'm clicking too fast, so I'm going to add a new post. Ascension Service. Okay, click out of that. Now I just want to type in what time it is. Evening service at 6:30 p.m. Reception to follow. And then I just hit create. But I'm just noticing that down below I bolded those, so let me bold that. All right, and then I just hit create. And that's all you got to do. It's that easy. So I've added that. I'm going to hit save to make sure I don't forget that. And so then I've added that into there. Now you notice that I've got this still as a draft. So I do want to go in and I want to publish this. I just go status, publish, hit save. And there it is. So that gives me my announcements right there. So again, my Ascension service is at the top. Your announcements will be the top ones, and it now shows me that I've got a couple other pages as well. All right. So announcements are just a really great way to just keep everybody active. And this is another great way to engage your membership by just letting them know what's happening. And when you have visitors looking to see what's going on, being able to do that, it really gives your members and those who are visiting a reason why to take a look and see what is going on with your church. Let's talk a little bit about groups. Let me scroll back over to the groups page. So again, I want to add a page. I click on here and it shows me groups. Let's say you want to add a group for confirmation parents. So let's close that. I'm just going to, again, to save time, I'm going to go straight over to, I'm going to just go to home. I'm going to go through it that way. And I'm going to go under my ministries. This is one of the tabs that I have, youth. I'm going to click in here. You see I've added through just the page itself, just a number of different youth activities that are going on. But I've also started a group page for pastor's confirmation class. And you see right there that when I click into it, you see the page changes. And it's a little bit different than some of the other ones. When I hit page, you can kind of see the layout that I'm doing. I'm doing, again, that 2-column with the thinner column on the side. You see all the information there at the right side as well. I'm just going to get out of there and show you. So this is a group page. This is an example of a group page. You have a number of different things over here. You have a discussion board. You have events. You have things that can be downloaded. We talked about file sharing. This is where you can do some downloads. You show the members that are in this group. And as an administrator in here, I can go in and edit the group and add a summary, do different membership settings, things like that. So let's click on the discussion tab, and I'll show you as the administrator how this looks. You know, if you think about it, with social media, we are so used now to having discussions online and things like that. In Bible studies, we've shared for years. So, but here's a place on your website to kind of bring that interaction and that discussion right in. You can do things like discuss the lessons that were given that week. You can talk about prayers, maybe a prayer request. You can make announcements. Again, if I've got a new comment as me, I'm gonna do another prayer request here, and I'm gonna say prayers of Thanksgiving for John, complete recovery, and then just click off of that, or click to the post button, and there it is under my new discussion guide there. So, you know, imagine the functionality for a thing like a confirmation class in this, or for a Bible study. You know, if people started having questions about the study after the lesson, you know, how they can do this directly. Couple things more in groups that we can go through. This is kind of neat too. I've segmented even further. Under my ministries, you know, I've got my children, my youth, my adult, my music, but I've actually included all of my groups on one page. And this is a private members only. You see that right there at the top, members only. It's a private tab that as an administrator, you're able to take care of this. And it's just the different groups that I belong to myself. Well, my wife is in the women's Bible study, but pastor's confirmation, Bible study, golf league, etc. So let's go back to the pastor's confirmation page. Other things you can do in here. Events. So we just click into events, and these events are only for the groups that I've joined that I'll see, and I can easily add an event or change an event and let everybody in my group know about it. So you see that we just finished up confirmation at the end of April, and let's say we want to have a confirmation party, and just click into here. I can easily add an event, confirmation party. Under my pastor's confirmation class, you see the event will only be visible to users who are members of that pastor's house. And it's going to go from 4 to 7. All right, then I can add a description. And again, if you're used to doing anything with calendars and things of this nature, if you're a Church360 members user, you're familiar with these as well. But I can also send reminders for people and everything else. So I just added a new event there. And I love this group function because it really now takes your website from just being basically a electronic brochure to being something that is really engaging and providing value to your members as well, because they can get their own groups together and you can help administer the groups. You can feed information to them. They can add different things as well. Something else that's really great here too is the directory. You know, groups are made up of the individuals from the church, but what's the most important group? If you think about that, that's all of your members in the church. It's the directory of all your members. So I've got a separate tab over here just for my Concordia, my church members. I click in here. I can take a directory, a searchable directory of all of my members. Again, if you're a Church360 member user, this is automatically integrated in. If you're a Shepherd staff user, we can help you make that integration. And this really separates Unite from maybe some other website, you know, like WordPress or other things, because this is all integrated for you. So it's just, I love having this. Again, it's members only, it's private. You'd have to have your members here. And you can go into Church360 and kind of change if you don't want email addresses listed, if you want to change information, you're able to do all of those type of things. So I can also just go in here and search. Let's say I want to find the Griggs family. Types in, it automatically starts filling that information in. So I see Jason and Julie and their kids, where their address is, everything of that nature. Again, this information fully integrates with your Church360. And you can go in and edit the households and all that. And I won't bother taking the time to do that right now. I want to be very conscious and try to get through a couple other things. But one thing I can check, let's see if the Griggs are involved in anything. Okay, they are not members of any particular groups right now, but if I had people who were members of the groups, when I clicked in there, you'll be able to see that. So one of the last things I want to show is emailing. So you can then send out an email to all your visitors or different things of that nature. And if you're like me, you like to be able to send people information quickly and easily. You know, you don't want to have to jump through hoops to do this. This is where the email capability really comes in handy with your members, to be able to be capable to be able to do that real quick. So you can click different user groups, etc. Actually, I'm going to go back to pages and get into that. In fact, I'm just going to go back into my directory. Actually, I'm going to go into my groups. I think that would be the easier one. So let's say I go into my Summer Golf League. And yeah, it's time for Summer Golf League, and I click on my members, and I want to send them an email. So you see up here, I have email selected. I can just email one or two, click through them, email the selected members in there. And actually will open up into a different, your email program, and I don't have that going right now. So one thing with that, it emails in a group setting like that, email sent through what we call relay system. So it's relay.360members.com. And you can address and make it very simple and allow you to do multiple emails at one time. If my Outlook was open right now, you'd see that there's also the availability to unsubscribe from those lists too. So that fits all the new GDPR requirements that are out there for legal requirements and privacy issues and things like that. So we've hit up on time. There's, like I said, there's so many different things that we could get into here. We just started scratching the surface with this, but we wanted to allow enough time then for some specific questions. You can see where there's so much you can do with this as far as building your pages and making it look good. And the what you see is what you get. You can add your contact information on it. You can have your service times. You can talk about specific Bible studies that you have. You can change your themes, change your looks. it really just provides professionally designed website without having to know a lick of coding. You know, I'm not a coding guy. I don't know how to do all the HTML and the specific codes and things like that. Being able to do this and make it look professional is just a great benefit for us. And this can grow and change as your needs grow and change. Like I said, I clicked in today and found out we've got now social links on here. We continue to try to add new features and benefits for you. So if, as you're using this and you're taking a look at it, either through the free trial or through just a general use of signing up for it, if you've got ideas on how we can continue to improve this for you, please let us know. Contact myself, contact Stephen, any member on the CTS team. Just give us a call and give us your ideas. You know, we are here for you in this type of thing. So we really want to be sure that we're providing you with the most benefit and the most bang for your buck on a software package like this. Stephen and I will be offering more of these type of sessions, actually a few that I'd like to even dig deeper into, you know, again, perhaps maybe designing your website or marketing your website or different things here and there. If you've got ideas for future sessions, please let us know that as well. We'd be happy to put those together for you. So be looking for those type of announcements coming up. Lastly, I just want to thank you for attending. As I said, this is really a busy time. I look forward to seeing your church's websites now. So as you start working through Church360, shoot us your website. Let us know how you're doing with it, and let us see, you know, if there's anything we can be of assistance with it or anything that you need. I love seeing the churches around the country, and I love seeing what you're doing with the websites. So I'm actually going to turn it back to Stephen, and we're going to help answer any questions. I don't know if we've had any questions in the chat area or not, or if there's anything that you have hit with the chat area. Stephen, I'm going to hand it back to you. And I'm going to, there you go. Oh, no.
All right.
Well, actually, I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to share my screen, but I'm going to switch it back to you. So I'm going to make Stephen the presenter. Change presenter. But again, thank you very much for coming today, and thanks for being a part of this. We look forward to helping you out on that. And if there's anything more we can do, just let us know.
Okay, excellent. So, as Ken mentioned, we definitely offer a 30-day free trial of our software. If you go to 360unite.com, you'll be able to not only see our pricing information and options, you'll also be able to start that free trial, and we'd love to see what you're doing. So definitely take advantage of that free trial, and you can even ask questions throughout the trial, and we're here to help you. So here's my contact information again. And definitely, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or our software consultant's email address or phone number. We do have a couple of questions here. The first one is, what are your hours that we can reach you when we need you? Now, our offices are open. We're actually in St. Louis, Missouri, so we're Central Time here, and we are open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock, and again, that is Central Time. However, as Ken mentioned, in the software, you can reach out to us and not only find articles that can help answer questions you may have, but also send a message that will be emailed to our team, and we do provide our toll-free number to our tech support team right through the software. Another question that we have here, it's how many users can you have with the software? And it is unlimited. You do not pay for users there. So everyone at your church, whether they work for the church or they're just members who do not work there, you can add logins for them. It is unlimited. Final question that we have here is someone asked, we do offer email addresses that are custom to your domain name. However, the question is, do you have to purchase email addresses in order to send an email from the software? And you do not. So the software is linked to the email provider that you're using on your particular device. So if you have, for example, if you're using a software on your cell phone and you have a Gmail account that is the default email provider for that particular device, your cell phone, when you use the emailing feature, it will populate your Gmail account. If you're like me and for work, for my work computer, I use Outlook. If I am logged into software on my work computer and I send an email, it will populate my Outlook email address. So again, you do not have to purchase custom email addresses in order to communicate with individuals via email. Okay, I am not seeing any other questions. Oh, no, we just had another one come through. Let's see here. Okay, are there different levels of administrative permissions? Yes, actually that is in the user section there. Administrators are the only thing that is capped. There are 3 different options for the software, and one gives 2 admins, another one gives 6 admins, and then we have a premium package that is unlimited. But for everything else, the other options are not capped, whether you're a publisher or a regular user, those are uncapped. So there are no caps there, it's just for admins. I'm going to give it a couple more seconds to see if anyone has any additional questions. Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions. However, oh, let's see here. Can you limit editing capabilities? Absolutely. Administrators are able to give and set up certain permissions for individuals. So it will limit what people can do and see within the software. And that's consistent through all 3 products in the Church360 suite, no matter if you're using Unite or Church360 members or Church360 Ledger. It is all the same. Admins have full reign to set up what people can do and see in the software. Okay, just giving a couple seconds here. All right, no other questions. However, again, let me go back here. If you do have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me directly or to our software consultant email address, and we can definitely answer those questions. Give us a call or send us an email. Again, start a 30-day free trial of the software. There's no obligation at all. We don't ask for a credit card or any of the sort. You are able to even invite individuals as users to see what you have created. So I'd like to thank everyone, and Ken as well, for your time in watching this webinar. We are recording this and we will send a link out to everyone who has registered for today's webinar. And we look forward to working with you soon. Thank you everyone for your time and have a blessed day.
Thanks everybody.